Hi, we're the Infamy team, and today we're going to be starting a new series. There's a lot of esports out there, hard to keep up all of them and watch them all, and especially if you're Blake, our resident sloth here, who watches pretty much none. Big video game fan, but doesn't really that into many scenes. So we're gonna each take a turn choosing an esports scene and try to sell them on it, basically, and you, but mainly Blake is trying to I don't know.
Get me to care. Get me to care.
care. Exactly. So Darren's got our first one. What we talking?
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Clash of Clans. For those who don't know, it's a massive multiplayer mobile game. It's leans more towards the strategy genre, and I myself have been a Clash of Clans player, had several accounts, but like my most recent account I've been playing consistently for the past 2 years. Town Hall level 12, I have about 4,000 trophies. And this past week, I've learned a lot about Clash of Clans Esports. Like with all my time playing Clash of Clans, I've been a casual player, and for the most part I've seen the esports tab in the app, but like I never like took it seriously until recently when I saw the $1 million prize pool, and I was like, whoa, this is a bit much. So I started looking into Clash of Clans Esports, and there's a lot more to the game than even I knew in my 2 years of playing. Like the troop mechanics, base building, and just like the strategy that goes into and the time that these pros put into learning the game is massive and immense. Like like I said, the troop mechanics, it's very unique how the troops move and operate. They operate under a pretense of going to like the closest building, but these buildings also have
slow it down for me here, because I literally thought when we talked about doing this video, I thought we were gonna do Clash Royale, and I was like, oh shit. I forgot Clash of Clans was the first game that they made, and people still play it. So for the people like me who have no idea what the hell is going on, basically you build a base, and then you buy homies, and then you send them out to destroy somebody else's base. So you don't actually directly control them. You kind of just place them.
The troops have
and
their
then
own
like
AI. And the game is mostly about navigating that troop AI to destroy the enemy's base. And like Blake said, you're fighting a snapshot of someone's base. So like Jake builds a base, and I'm not actually going up against him. I'm going up against the image of his base. And my goal is to get as much destruction on his base as possible. You get stars. Your goal is to get 3 stars. You get a star for clearing 50% of the base. You get your second star for killing the town hall, and then you get your 3rd star for killing the entire base. So you want to get as many stars as possible.
Basically professional tower defense.
Yes. Yeah. But it's a lot more unique, and like actually a lot more difficult, because this troop AI is just sometimes you just like you put down a troop and you like expect him to go X, he goes completely Z, and now it's like, well, that guy was like the brunt of my attack, so how do I recover from this?
Sounds like every other team esport where it's like, man, I thought my boy was gonna have that flank covered,
but look at him now in his spawn.
Yeah, pretty much. But there are ways to like navigate the mechanics. What are you gonna say, Blake?
I said like it has it has everything that you want in an esport. Trash boys, not doing what you want. Fucking everyone's making mistakes.
Yeah, it brings the matchmaking experience to the esport.
But like
where you're playing by yourself.
That's the unique thing about Clash, though, and one thing that I really like, and I think that helped me in the game, is the matchmaking. Because the way it works is, like I said, you go up against a snapshot of someone's base, but you also choose your matches. So you click find match until you find a base that you are comfortable with attacking, and that base can be higher level than you, lower level than you, same level than you. So you move through the game at your own pace. So I know a lot of people believe that Clash is a pay-to-win game. I myself haven't put any money outside of like getting the battle passes into the game, and I'm Town Hall 12. But I know that it costs like $12,000 to get a fully maxed out base on.
What's a max level base?
Yeah, how do you even level up your base too?
Level 13. So like during the troop attacks, your goal is not only to destroy your enemy base and get trophies, but elixir and gold and dark elixir. So gold is used to level up your defenses, elixir is used to level up your army camps and troops, and then dark elixir is used for specialty troops.
So like
and
queens
if I remember,
and everything.
Yeah, queens and like heroes.
Okay.
you have like a gold mine, right, in your
Yeah, you have a
and like an
resource.
elixir creator.
Yeah, you
like
have
so.
a elixir collector, a gold mine, and then a dark elixir collector that generate you passive resources. So if you don't want to play the game and like actually fight people, which I think is perfect for you, Blake, you can literally just sit there and just let your elixir collectors do it and come back
Whoa,
once a
whoa.
week.
I'm only about the battle.
Yeah.
If anything, I don't
No,
want to just
I
sit
know,
there and do
but I
nothing.
know your thing is like you don't want to have to like play. That's what I was referring to, like play all day every
I don't
day.
want to have to practice. I just want to
Yeah.
play.
But I don't think
Just
that's
I play
like
like
Allen Iverson.
I don't think that's the point. How's that? Do you need to play the game to care about the esports? Is like I think the more potent question. Like,
Yeah, this is about watching, not playing
mhm,
necessarily. That's a whole different topic in itself,
Mhm.
but
mhm.
I tend
Do,
to think that playing it is a big part. But
Yeah, I think you definitely need to play the game because just like looking at it when I sent you guys the video, it's a lot to unpack when you're just watching it. It looks like someone's just like spamming down troops, and it's like, all right, you just put all your army in one spot and hope for the best. But there's a lot more when you think about it. I watched a couple of breakdowns, and like every troop placement has a purpose. You're trying to clear out space to create the funnel, and the funnel
mhm.
is what you use to get your troops to where you want to go. Because as you go deeper into a base, you have less control, so you want to minimize the external factors that can drag your boy off to the side on the huge flank that amounts to nothing.
how's the casting? Like, do they like with that video you said? I kind of like the guy's breakdown of like what was happening, but like, do they give you a good? Is it a good experience from the
Mhm.
viewers? Like, if they let you know what's going on?
The casting, that video I sent you was like a after
Yeah,
or VOD review,
Mhm.
but
yeah.
during, the casters don't really go into that much depth. Like that guy was really explaining like why this guy's putting this troop here. They'll like call it out like, oh, like queen placement or Sui heroes, whatever. But outside of that, it doesn't really go too much into depth, and for good reason, because you can just like talk about why this kid is doing this for, and it
Yeah,
gets
but
you
I don't know.
derailed from the thing.
I watched a lot of League this weekend, and I kind of liked they're like as they're trying to talk about one thing and then something else happens they have to talk about. But there's like so much aspects that they can talk about, whether characters, builds, whatever. And it's interesting to see that they are like that in tune with what's happening and trying to get into their minds of like what the strategy is. So I like that, and being able to analyze like esports like that, I think it's part of the
Mhm.
big fun for me.
Yeah,
If
yeah. Oh, sorry, Jake. You know.
I don't know, it was gonna be like kind of like a follow up question, but you can respond to
Yeah, no, I definitely think you want to have some kind of understanding or some skin in the game with this game before you start watching the esports because it can get very confusing very fast.
that. Okay. So are there co-streams as well of people for these tournaments, or is there like a pro scene? Like, how is the
Yeah,
esports structured? Is it like free for
so
like for anyone can
so
enter open qualifiers, or is it team based?
it's team based and open qualifiers, and this is something that I learned this week. I participate in the Clan War League,
Mm-hmm.
which is the first 11 days of the month. Your clan goes up against 11 other clans, and whoever out of those 11 clans you're assigned wins. You get league tokens, which can be used to get quote unquote pay to win items like builder time boosts or reduce your builder times by like 10% or something ridiculous like that. But I was just doing it for those perks. But after doing some research, the Clan War League is the precursor to getting into open qualifiers. So if you place well in the Clan War League, which I believe is Champions League, you have to place, and then you're qualified for the open qualifiers. Open qualifiers are for 6 months. So the best six teams from each month are brought into the open qualifier or qualify through the open qualifiers, and then they have the preliminaries where that's narrowed down even further, and then they have the grand finals. But I was like super interested that it's pretty much like open to anyone. Like you once you hit 4,000 Clan War League trophies, you're invited. You don't have to accept it, but you get a cordial invite from Supercell to partake in open qualifiers.
And how does like the team structure work? Because from my understanding, it's
It's
like
based on
you,
clans. So like you build your clan
yeah.
and like
No,
either
I get
you
that it's like it's a clash of clans. I get that part, but like why like the gameplay aspect of it? It's basically you versus, like you said, a snapshot of a base.
yeah,
How does
so
like the
you
team
have
factor into that?
it works on a clan level. So like 5v5, us five versus another five teams. We have a preparation day, and then we have attack day. So we have a day to look at the enemy team's bases and see like, all right, this base is susceptible to this attack. Steve is the best at this attack, so Steve, I think you should attack that base. There's like a whole like setup that goes into it. Like when I play, I'm just like, all right, this guy's around my level, I'm just gonna attack him. But
you
these
look like
clans,
trash. Yeah, you look like
Call your
trash. I'm gonna
shots
take
and
it.
yeah,
it's sent back with
yeah,
nothing.
but
All right.
there's a lot of
So-
strategy, and then on the defensive end, you have to build your base around what you think kind of attacks these players are going to do. Like you don't know exactly what you're
So
going
you
up
go
against.
you go in sight unseen, or like
No,
they
you
put
see
them-
you have a whole day, 24 hours to see their base. Everyone in who's participating in the clan war, you can see their base. You can
Okay.
scout it out,
How does
and then
that?
you
Sorry, but how does that work for like the LAN events or like the tournaments where people have already qualified? Is like are there huge gaps between like this preparation day you're talking about and like the actual time when people are going fighting each other? Is like how does that work?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a prep day before.
yeah, there, you
Yeah,
you
but-
have like you
So
get
is there
a
like a day, like a just a whole prep day of like no action between each day of like the actual battles? Like
well
or
you
they can
once you're in the tournament, you're in the clan war, so you see your base is set at that point. So you have up until you're fighting or going up against that team to prep.
I think he's talking about more like multi-day tournaments
Yeah.
where it's like you're not going to know who you're up against until that
yeah, like
previous
brackets.
match
Like
is
you
decided.
get through like
Yeah.
you qualify, you get through the first round, you beat a team. Next team. Is there another day between you when you fight that next clan?
Oh no. During the tournament, it's bracket to bracket. So you fight your current battle, and then from there you move on to the
Okay.
next.
So
So your base is set for the whole tournament then, correct?
Yes, correct.
mhm.
Yeah, that's more interesting too, because then it's like, okay, now you're planning for like 5 games down the bracket. Like, all right, like how are we gonna? Who do we think is gonna be there, and who do we actually have to develop a strategy out for?
Yeah.
I'm getting like Pokemon vibes from this, like the in-game, like the Pokemon tournaments where it's like who are the teams, like what are their types, what's their like
Yeah,
strengths and
it's-
weaknesses, and you
it's-
just like it.
Yeah, it's like
matchup.
super interesting because like it's more about like the strategy that you excel at. It's not like, all right, these people are running this. What is like the best effective way to do it? It's like what can you bring with your unique way of playing? How can you attack this base and make it work?
That makes me wonder, like, how's like the balance for the game? It's super important for esports. So, is it like I just can see this becoming susceptible to like this is the best kind of base and this is the best way to attack. Everyone just
That's
do
the thing.
this.
There's so many different attack strategies that are viable that it's not just like, oh, everyone uses like
Queen.
Golem, Witch, Pekka. Everyone has a queen. Everyone gets like 3 heroes. You get the queen, the king, the warden, and the royal guard. 4 heroes.
Yeah, so it's not just pocket queens and balloons.
No,
that's
no.
all. That's all I
Every-
was seeing.
That was just like that one team. They were specializing in that I sent. But there's a whole bunch of other ways outside of like queens and balloons. Queens are like you're gonna see queen every game, 1 because everyone has one, and 2 because queen is just so good at clearing external bases. It has a bunch of health and does a bunch of damage. So you're gonna want to put your queen down just to like get your troops going where they want to go. And that's
use
how
your
most
queen in
heroes are
chess,
used.
right? Like,
Yeah.
come on, you're never not going to use your queen because it's boring. Yeah, I think that's what you want to compare these kinds of games to is like chess, where there's a lot of strategies you can implement, even though everyone kind of has the same resources to use.
Yeah.
I don't know. The big selling point for me to like get invested, like the thing that working against it is you're not actually like going against someone like real time. It's like you said, like you prep your base and then someone else comes in and attacks the image of it. That's why I like Supercell's other game, Clash Royale, a lot. It's just a little bit more appealing to me, and maybe Blake, he can speak on it, just like because you're actually fighting, going against someone real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Clash Royale.
When I
That shit is
first
fun.
played Clash of Clans, like when I downloaded Clash of Clans when it first came out, it was like one of the first apps I got on my iPhone, and I played it, and that's originally what I thought. I was like, oh, I'm not like I thought I was going up against an actual person when I did my like first multiplayer match. Turns out I wasn't. But I've come to learn that the fun in the game is once you get to higher levels, like at lower levels, you don't really notice it. Is getting that like 80% on a base that's like fucking almost maxed out. You know, it's just like, wow, this guy has everything, and how am I gonna conquer this? It's a different kind of outplay in a
It kind of
sense.
feels like someone's creating like a single player game for you, like a Mario
Yeah.
Maker or whatever, where it's like can like try to think this is my best shot, see what you can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. And when you
Straight
win,
up
you're
the
taking his resources directly from him. So
Yes, I'm literally getting the Italian job vibes of this esport. Like, yo, it's like go in or like Ocean's 11. Like, you gotta fucking go in with the plan. You gotta execute the plan, and then you take all their shit. Like, and I think that's a lot of the appeal of the game. But it's just interesting to see like it from an esports side where it's like, okay, at the highest level, it's like these
yeah.
kids, these like you need like this. I feel like this esport, like I don't know anything about it, but like I'm assuming that it has a very established pro scene. Like, are you like you're saying anybody can join, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the same like couple teams every
No,
time.
it's not
Oh,
actually
really?
compared last year's 2020 world champion compared to the 2019 completely different teams. I believe Nova won 2019 and then Alternate Attacks won last year. Open qualifier system just allows anyone who's good at the game, any clan to just like come up
Mhm.
and be in the bracket. Like Team Liquid, G2 Esports, what other teams are there? Give me 1 second.
Yeah, because like my main point was like, okay, like what I'm worried
Yeah.
about
Oh,
is
sorry.
in the team mentality like that, where if they're consistent, they're just gonna have cheese builds for specific players because they're like, all right, this is like the top team that we're probably gonna go against at this point in this bracket, so we're gonna have like
Yeah.
a cheese build because you get 3 builds per player, correct, in a tournament, or you
Yes,
get one
you get
build
three bases,
yeah,
3 war
per
bases
team
per player. So
per
everyone has
player.
3 bases that they can switch in and out.
So how many players are there on the team?
5.
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
15 bases per
Yeah.
team. And how many
And
teams are in the bracket? Jesus Christ! In the
I believe there were 8 that qualify after all the open qualifiers are done. 8 teams make it to the finals, 8 or
that's
6.
hella that's hella
Yeah. But
bases.
yeah, it's back to your original question. Like Team Liquid, Fnatic, Cloud9, and G2 Esports, all tier 1 orgs. None of them were even in the qualifiers for made it through the qualifiers for last year's world championship,
Hmm.
which
Okay,
was like astounding to me. It was
but
all
when the
like
million
random clans.
dollars is on the line,
It
were
was
they there?
last year was for I think it was about $1 million as well. And
Damn,
Alternate Attacks won
let's
a
go.
Dutch clan.
Hmm. And like Nova's like a big, I think, Chinese org. They were, I think, 2019 is when they won all 3 Supercells esports with Brawl Stars
Yeah, no,
and Royale.
Nova. I don't think Nova even qualified last year
Hmm.
through the open qualifiers. The open qualifier system like reminds me of Fortnite, where it's just like creates that avenue like anyone can make it. Like it's not only like Team Liquid, G2 Esports, Fnatic, Cloud9. It's anyone literally the best clans in the game, best clans in the world. If you're the best, you
Well, since we're talking about it, like for someone new trying to get into it, what players or teams
Hmm.
would you recommend trying to follow? Because that's usually the best way to get into something is like oh, watch this person play and try to get
So
invested
yeah,
that way.
I would watch alternate attacks like some players are like Bum, AST, JoJo 23, Lineade, and Veil. That was their winning team last year. And like I said, like Team Liquid, Fnatic, Cloud9, and G2 Esports, they have if you're like more into traditional esports orgs, all those orgs have teams. That's like a good place to start. But like also you can watch just like jump into it directly, follow Clash of Clans on YouTube and they stream all of their tournaments there.
Cool, Blake. What are your thoughts on this? How do you
I
rate this?
straight up at the beginning, I was like, "This is garbage. I'm never gonna enjoy this at all. Like, this is probably like, cause like cause I played Clash of Clans when it came out too, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go shit on this guy at his base, but he's not there, and it ruined the game for me, and I was like, fuck this game. I don't care about this. But like thinking about it at a professional level, where like, don't get me wrong, the downside is that you really need to have a good grasp on the game to really understand and appreciate what's going on. But there is a lot of nuance in this, and there is a lot of strategy behind it, and it all comes down to preparation beforehand and then execution on game day. And that's just compelling on a lot of levels, where it's not just like 12-year-old squeakers fucking flicking flicking headshots and whatever. Like it's a nice change of pace, and I
Yeah.
do like a thinking man's game every once in a while.
Yeah, it's definitely a thinking as a man game, a game where you can shit on kids while taking a shit literally. And I think it's
Yeah, that's
like
very appealing to me
the
personally.
mobile market itself is going to be huge, and like with this $1 million tournament that they
Mhm.
announced, I think it's just only going to grow.
Do you think this is gonna be like a flagship mobile esport that's gonna help push the mobile scene to a bigger state here in the West? Because it's massive in the East just for mobile games in general. Like,
I think so. Like I said, like 2019, I've been playing Clash for 2 years, and I didn't even know about the World Championship last year, and I like log in every day at least. But like this year, they seem to be marketing it a lot more. I could be wrong on the last year. I could have just not been paying attention, but I think they're definitely marketing it a lot more heavier. And
mhm.
money talks. Like just look at
Yeah.
Fortnite. Like kids just come running just because like, oh, I can win the $1 million. That's easy. It's just playing video games. Like imagine once like now it's a $1 million mobile game. And I have a phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, you see
exactly.
that with PUBG Mobile. It's like one of the biggest prize pools out of all esports.
Hmm.
It's crazy. So that's cool.
Everyone's got a phone.
Yeah.
Everyone does
And
have a
like
phone.
another thing I think that you personally would like, Blake, is they've added a whole bunch of new features with like copy base layouts and stuff. You can literally go on websites and there's like a link to a base, an image of a base that someone will post. You click on the link and you can directly import it into the game. They've added like so many more features that reduce all of the grind like
Yeah. Not only
tendencies
does
of the
my boy
game.
like a thinking man's game, he likes a lazy man's game.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's 100%. Yeah, my boys know me too well.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, like from the clips that you sent us too, what I did like about it, that I don't know if I didn't get to a high enough level or not when I was playing, but the spells really add a lot to the gameplay
Yes.
as well, where
They've
it's
added so
not
many
just
more
like,
since like original Clash of Clans that like
mm-hmm,
I remember I think they only had like freeze, heal, and rage, or maybe just
exactly.
heal and rage when it first launched, but now they have like invisibility, bats, skeletons. Like you can really get creative with and like own your own attack strategy. And like I said,
Yeah,
like there's not just one attack strategy that you can I like for the longest time before I even like looked at YouTube videos, like I got to 4,000 trophies just like bullshitting together. Like, oh, I would use like golems, witches, wizards, just like my own attack strategy. Nothing that I like got from the video. I just like,
yeah,
oh, I think this,
workshopping it.
yeah, not even workshopping. I was just like, I like this troop, and like I think this spell will work with it. It's very intuitive, and it's not as unforgiving as you would think.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah,
think
the
you'd hit a
ba
wall doing that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess the balancing is really good, better than Clash Royale, because there are definitely better cards than others.
Yeah.
But like yeah, but like my main point was it does give it a little bit more agency and a lot more like if the pathing gets messed up, like there are ways that good like really skilled players can like bring it all the way back with like some creative use of spells, and that
Mhm.
was pretty interesting to see. Like one of the clips that he sent, one of the players had a horrible start, like totally just got baited by
But
these spring traps with
yeah,
his wall breakers.
spring traps, and the
Yeah, with
bombs.
the
And
wall, yeah, with the wall breakers, and like completely just threw off his entire plan. But like he somehow pulled it out. And I'm like, that would probably be so hyped to see,
yeah.
like, because like you're not expecting that type
Yeah.
of
Oh,
hype
yeah.
from some kind of strategy game.
Just to preface that, like you get the snapshot of the base, but there are things that you don't see, like traps, spring traps, bombs, air bombs, air seekers that just one shot any air troop. So you can just put down a troop and be on a giant bomb and gone. Like your queen instantly destroyed. Now what? What are you gonna clear
Yeah,
those troops
what
with?
you
You
gonna
have
do?
Mhm.
yeah. So there is like that. It's not just like, oh, you put down your queen, clear out the outside base. There's like other factors that can be on the outside of the base that can mess up your attack before it even starts. And then there's also
Yeah,
the clan castle troops as well that come out and can just destroy your army.
yeah, real boys. Real boys come out. Yeah, no, there's a lot to it, and I'm gonna have to look into it more before I make a final decision. But I'm gonna give it a solid meh. I'm gonna give it a
So,
solid meh, which is way more than I thought I was gonna give it.
He had the trash can ready for the thumbnail.
Dude,
It's ready
yeah,
to
I
go.
was
He
ready
was
to put
in the
this shit in the
dumpster.
dumpster,
One hand.
straight in the dumpster on fire, like me dunking it in there. But no.
Get all
You
these
can
sloth
call it.
dunking images just ready to go.
yeah, I think it's definitely a game worth picking up. It's not as intrusive. You don't have to play it all the time. You can play at your own pace against people who are even lower than you if you want to just learn the game. And then there's also like friendly attacks that you can do against your clanmates to practice if you want to practice. They have like a whole bunch of features made for newer players to come up to speed. Like when the game first came out, it was like you attack someone, and either you learn something from that attack or not, and that's
Yeah.
it. But now it's like you can really refine your attacks. The clan system is very intuitive now, so you can find a clan and they can help you develop
Yeah,
your
and guess
armies. And
and guess what? If you have deep pockets, you too can pay to win to be an
that's
esports
the thing. That's the
pro.
thing. It's not pay to win. It's more of a pay to boost game. I have not put
All right,
any
all right.
Mm.
Yes,
hard
you are
money.
willing
You
to put
say
in the
that,
time.
it's but
And
still.
my boy only lost 2 years of his life to get to this
Yeah.
level.
Hmm.
It wasn't
It's
2 years
true.
of my life though. It's not like I'm sweating on Clash every day. Like it's some troop
It's
upgrades.
literally got Skinner box
Yeah.
mechanics built into it, bro. Like don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say that the pros are pay to win, but you can get up to the highest level of competitive play, like right there. As long as you don't
$12,000
suck,
it costs from
$12,000.
zero
Hey man,
zero to
you can
max.
you could almost 10x that investment if you win the fucking tournaments because they're
Yeah.
putting out Dosh, and that's the most exciting thing about it is that they have Dosh on the table, and it's just going to bring more eyes to the sport, and it's going to evolve even more from there because it's just like you said with the open qualifiers, there's just going to be fresh blood coming in and more strategy being built, so it's going to just get more interesting. And I think
Yeah,
that that's what excites me the most about this, and why I give it a solid meh because it's
yeah,
only going to get better, and you're just going to see more and more clutch plays come out of
yeah.
it.
And just to like the pay to win, they have so many mechanics that are in the game that circumvent that, or the time, like you said, the Skinner box. They have like trees and bushes that spawn that drop gems, and you can use gems to like complete a troop upgrade, and you also get gems for completing certain achievements. I
Or
feel
putting
like,
your credit card in.
yeah, you can buy gems, but I feel like from my personal me playing, I feel like they just hand out gems like they're nothing at this point. I have like over 500 gems which I can use to complete a whole upgrade, and I like for what? I
I do have to
really
give it
didn't
to
play it.
Supercell, to be honest. If you do play their games, they do give you gems, and you
Yes,
will
they
be
hand
able to
them out,
get some
and
premium content.
they have events that are just like, oh, it's lunar holiday, we're just giving out gems. Here's 100 gems. Like
Yeah, I
Supercell
remember
is
when
very
I played it when
user
it first
friendly.
came out. I played it when it first came out, and I was like, I got to like, I don't know, town hall level 9 or whatever, and just like watching it slowly tick
Mm.
up, and I'm just like, no, no, I'm not. Don't have the patience. But it sounds
Yeah,
like they've really fleshed it out a lot in the recent years. Really didn't even know it was such a growing thing. I thought it was just like, yeah, we'll keep it around. Like
yeah.
I thought they kind of shifted more to Clash Royale.
Yeah, no,
That's
they're
really cool. That
definitely bringing it about. And like, yeah, just on that, Steve, I'm level town hall level 12, and one of my upgrades, I have like 5 upgrades going right now. They all are taking 2 weeks. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
That's what I'm saying.
that's
You're not gonna make the tournament, my boy. You're not gonna make it. You're not
uh,
gonna make it.
I'm not trying to make
Town Hall's not gonna be built.
I'm
Town Hall's
not.
not
in
Yeah,
gonna be built.
I'm not
2022.
gonna be esports ready. But like, I didn't even know that there was an option. So.
well, that's a question. It's like, so when the next like big tournament's coming up, when you watch it, are you gonna like immediately like, oh man, I want to do that? You see some pro like pull off some cool like layout, like, all right, I want to do that. You go into the game, but oh wait, I can't because now I have to wait like 2 months for all my shit to level
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's like
And
one thing that people are gonna see, because obviously all the pros are gonna have maxed out bases, so you can't even copy their layouts because you don't have access to certain defenses until certain levels. So
Damn, esports as
It-
an advertisement, that nothing better than that. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
can't
literally,
even
it
do
literally,
what you're doing.
it sells the dream. It really does, because like you see that level 13 base, and you're like, oh, that looks
Oh,
sweet, and then you're
pristine.
like, I'm a hop into that
Well,
whole
that's
2
something I
years.
really like about
Oh,
Clash Royale is like with their esports, everything's card level 9 in the game. So like, and you can even do that for anybody. Like when they have like their monthly like open tournaments or anybody, those are all cards. At least as long as you have your cards to level 9, which isn't that hard. It's like the level 11 and up when your cards get takes forever to get
Yeah,
there. But like
yeah.
level 9 is very doable, and they're like when you enter like those monthly tournaments, as long as you have level 9, everyone's going to be having level 9 cards. So you have like
yeah,
that relatability of when you see the pros go against each other. It's like, oh, I'm on the same
yeah,
playing field as them. So
yeah.
it's a little narrowing the
Yeah, and
gap.
they definitely know about the grind because they added a builder base. It's like a offshoot base that has like different defenses that you can level up also. So like while you're waiting for your 2 week upgrades, you can like focus on your other base.
You don't give it to it. It sounds like they're really like being smart about these features for
Yeah,
players.
they
Like,
definitely know where the pain points are in the game, and they've tried their hardest. That's why I'm saying, like, or you guys just,
They
if you want to
tried.
give
They
it
tried
another
their
chance,
hardest to
yeah.
not squeeze you too hard.
Yeah.
It,
I mean, yo, I
it's a
like
gentle squeeze.
Supercell. I like
yeah,
Supercell until they ruined Brawl Stars by making the fucking the point of view sideways instead of fucking
oh yeah, long
portrait.
game. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because they just ruined like half the characters' mechanics. Straight garbage.
I think
Lila,
Supercell is a great company. They definitely do put the user experience first. And like sometimes, like in Clash Royale, that turns out being the Valkyrie and the Wizard being OP, but yeah. They're
yeah,
thinking about the users.
I don't know, dude. You just need a good night to kite them right, and they're shit. You shit on them.
I've been in enough Discord calls with these guys that I know where this is going.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts before we go into a long ass Clash Royale tangent?
Um,
Uh,
go. The only thing holding me back is just like the fact that you're not going against someone real time. So I guess I'll have to try it. Watch some VODs.
That's the best. You know you're ruining someone's day, Jake, when they open their phone. I'm so excited to play Clash Royale. Jake just
yeah.
destroyed my fucking base.
Yeah, it says your name,
No!
and then like the worst part is if you're trying to upgrade something, you're like, oh, I should have enough money
No,
to like
but
get this
the best
upgrade.
part.
Robbed,
No,
robbed.
In your pocket.
the best part, like a game that I love is Apex. Since like 'cause when you down someone and their teammates are still alive, you can just like toy with them. Like you can like spam the finisher move to like just end shit. Like just having them in there like real time, or like Clash Royale, you can just spam the emotes at them when
I
you
was
know
just gonna
like they're
say.
being a little shit,
Yeah,
and you just fuck them up.
there's no real shit talking
Yeah,
in
that
Clash. Unless wait, actually, if you want to get real toxic, you can leave your clan, join their clan, tell them they're bad, and then go back to your clan. That has happened before. I'm like, bro, how do you have the time?
Yeah, shit talking is very important for me. That's why the game I'll talk about a little later. So I like it.
Yeah. Any final pitch from you, Darren?
I think Clash of Clans is a game that everyone should at least give a try. It may not be for you. It's more in the strategy end of things, but it's low effort, low maintenance. You don't have to fucking put all your time into it. It's just like something that's there. And like when you're taking a shit, open up your base, get an attack off. Something to do. Something to do. You don't have to be the esports professional, but if you want to, the option is
You
also
know,
there.
always poo on them.
a a meh pitch for a meh esport. I fucking
I feel like we turned into like the fucking Bachelor or something. It's like present Blake with your
With your-
esport.
Mhm.
yeah,
Garbage.
fucking no rose for you, my boy. No rose
It's not
for you.
it's not like but like that's the thing. It's not
I mean, you got
super
taken on like the fucking the date thing, whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
do, where they get like you choose two bitches.
but
What
but
are they?
it like the game
Wait, wait
itself
on the balloon.
isn't really
Yeah,
it's not like as extensive as traditional esports, so like there's not much else to it. It's like either you want to like take it to that level or you can just play casually, and I think a lot
I
more
do think
people
the
will
casual
enjoy it.
appeal
Yes, like
is
when
good.
you're shitting on it from an esports perspective, like, oh, who's gonna spend the time, but like just for I'm talking about for like just average
yeah.
viewer.
From a
it's a fun
gameplay
game to
perspective,
play.
yeah.
It's a
And
fun game to
I
play.
think it will have the boon of to the accessibility and like the
Mhm.
casual nature. It might draw audiences in, and it might grow from there. So like it might not be for everybody, but like they have that wide net where like a lot of these esports are very niche, very targeted towards G Fuel gamers. So like this I hope it does bring some casual audience into the space and get more eyes interested in esports.
I think
so
that's
I'm
the thing with
rooting for
Clash.
this very bland fucking Milk Toast game, but you know. I'm gonna have to look into it more and see how much I like it because I could end up loving it by the end of the series.
I'll describe it as the casual esport, if that makes sense. It's casuals first, and then
and go crazy in the comments on that
one. Yeah, for real. Also in the comments, tell us how you feel. How do you rate this on a scale of 1 to meh?
On a scale of trash to meh to.
Yeah. We just want to know if you would actually watch it.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I do think that it does have the potential to open the door for a lot more strategy fans and stuff because it is a mobile game that has a wide audience. So I do like from that end. I also think Darren kind of chose a hard mode pitch on this one. So props
Agreed.
to you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Clash Royale. Seeing when you said the Clash Clans videos, I was like, oh man. Blake ain't gonna be having this. I think you won him over slightly.
Yeah.
But
shoot for the stars, land on the moon. I'll take it.
Fair enough.
Let's keep that queen in your pocket.
Yeah.
We're here, the Infamy team. We host fantasy esport contests for Fantasy Fortnite and Fantasy Apex Legends over at infamy.gg. So go check it out, and we will see you in the next one.